Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Don't mind subscribing. A little weather update. As you can see, I'm up a little earlier than normal. Why? I got woken by rain, really. We had a really nice little rain for about 30, maybe 40 minutes, thereabouts, with some thunder and lightning. A nice downpour, and we were in desperate need of it. And we got a little bit of breeze right now. I actually feels a little cool. The temperature's still 80, but it's a big difference. Okay, after we're done the weather, what are we going to talk about? I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some sad news. I've had another friend pass. We wasn't close friends, but on a number of occasions I run into him at a local restaurant. He'd be sitting there, he'd be sitting there watching his kids on the beach and so forth. And occasionally I've given him a ride to San Carlos. He had no personal transportation. And he's only 60-year-old. He died of a stroke. Well, this is another one of those cases where he didn't take or couldn't afford to do anything to get his child registered as a U.S. citizen, born abroad. And he's left his family in distress. I understand, limited income. I understand that. But it's sad. His girlfriend of many years, she's going to have a difficult time. And she can't afford to run to Manila and so forth. And more than likely where she has other children, I think 2 if not mistaken. If she was to try to do CBA, that's child born abroad, they probably want a DNA. Well, she can't afford that either. That's a sad situation. Now guys, if you plan on coming here and you happen to get a girlfriend or get married or whatever, think about these girls. They get devoted and they will. They care for you and everything, and in most cases we marry a much younger girl or girlfriend or partner. At least have the decency to try and look into their future if something was to happen. It just bar none. It's just a sad situation all around. Now, I've had several conversations with him on this subject, and to be honest with you, I understand his situation. He just didn't have the income to do these things. And that's just hard to deal with. Then I get a message by another friend of mine He's in desperate need also, and I've helped him in the past. But this is one time it's just impossible for me to do so. So Grace and I have invested so much into this side business in hopes of getting a return on it, and it's not something that's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to take time. But it's put us in a situation where we're just not able to come up with big money to help someone. Because, well, to be honest with you, I did help someone. That was one of the neighbors here. I think it's their dad, living in Menado, is in the hospital. Either a dad or an uncle or something like that, but I think it's the dad. And we ended up giving them a sizable chunk of money. In the beginning, they wanted to sell us a piece of property that adjoins a little piece of property we have out back here, or out front, or whatever you want to call it. And but the way the property is situated, you couldn't even make a decent garden on it, much less build a structure or whatever. Just the way it's laid out, it just, to be honest with you, just for so many people use it for a pathway, and it will just make the property unusable. All you can do is say you own it, or what you know in this world, you never own anything. So we wasn't interested in it. Another thing too, we just didn't have the money. If it was possible to buy the other piece of property that's actually directly behind our chicken coops, if we could do both, just too complicated to do. Time you do the attorney thing and get all this legal work done, it just beyond Grace and I's means. Like I said, I'm trying to get things prepared where I'm not one of those guys that leaves a devoted wife upside down in turmoil. I'm pushing everything I possibly can to make a difference. So think about that. If you're planning on coming to the Philippines and you got an online girlfriend or whatever, and you want to put plans together, give it a second thought. What you going to do once you get here? Can you make plans? Can you foresee the future? Of course, you know, that's considering that things are stay stable for you while you're here. Fortunately, things have been, for me, it's took me a long time to get to the position I'm in. With limited income, that's what happens. And we built a small home. Even if I had big money, I wouldn't have built anything much bigger than what we got, even if I did. There'd only be a few improvements I would do, considering. I already done some of them, by the way, which if you've been following my videos, you know what I'm talking about with the renovations. Probably the biggest thing I would do is enhance my solar. I really need to spend about probably about $3,000 to get it up to being possible having at least a occasional 24-hour deal. But that's not going to be attainable unless we get big success with the chickens, which I don't think that's going to happen. We should make a sustainable income, but I don't think it's going to be able to overcome everything I need. That's another thing too. I just I was on Facebook last night going over some local things. The local power company, they're taking a sizable increase. Can't believe that. It's a major jump. Almost 2 pesos per kilowatt. That's a big jump. 2 pesos, that's about 8 cents, roughly. No, not 8 cents. 2, 4, close to 5 cents on the kilowatt, which is a huge difference here. Oh. So that's a little follow up on what's happening here in my life. Thought I'd bring it to people's attention. I keep thinking about, I've lost quite a few friends in the past couple of years. And only one actually left their significant other halfway decent position. But they didn't have any kids, so it wasn't so bad. So keep it in mind if you plan on coming here. Try to be more thoughtful. These girls, they take pretty good care of you. Well, I'll just be honest with you, that they care about you. Of course, y'all see that with Grace and I do everything I possibly can to take care of her, and try to keep her happy. As long as I can, I will. So, folks, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much.